Alright, so I started out naming myself. Obviously, I just chose my first name because that's what's tied to this channel. And I went with the basic default Blue for my rival because that just felt appropriate, honestly. It is just a quick little run to see how difficult some of the early game is with a non-optimized starter such as Charmander. Charmander was still really fun. You can see I instinctively went for Squirtle though, just because I usually go with Squirtle for this type of game. Out of all the evolutions, I think the coolest for starter, like a first stage, would be Squirtle. Middle stage, Ivysaur. Final stage, Charizard. You know, just that cool factor, the aesthetics of them, detail and design. Some are just better than others, and I'd say that's one of those ones that's better. Now for the first fight with Blue, obviously it was pretty basic. We just did the whole scratch, tail whip, scratch, tackle over and over again. It's what usually happens, but we gotta cover it, don't we? Now once you went down, we gained that level there, which is pretty helpful. We immediately went and did the oak parcel quest thing, just because it's fast and we have to, obviously, so we can actually start playing the game. Now I spent some time with Blue's sister, despite his protests. Get that town map. So far it's just a normal playthrough, right? But we buy our Pokeballs. I ended up getting a Paralyze heal. I should have got an antidote. It really didn't make any difference either way, because we didn't get poisoned. But antidote would have made more sense given we were headed up to the forest with all the bug types, which have poison. Specifically, I think Weedle can poison you, I believe. Now I went and caught the usual suspects for an early game team, also known as Pidgey and Rattata, which both are pretty cool, not gonna lie. I think the most helpful that I could get was it was definitely Pidgey, honestly, but Rattata was cool. Oh yeah, I named the Pidgey Hurricane, and I forgot to mention I named Charmander Carl. My Rattata, I eventually I think I named it Merv. Yeah, Merv the Rattata. And I do have to grind for a Nidoking at some point. I remember when I was going through this, it took me forever because I kept accidentally knocking them out. And you can see the Rattata named Merv. I kept knocking out each Nidoking after the bug catcher encounters. They were pretty easy, honestly. Like, I took a lot of damage on Merv, but that's because he was so underleveled. Hurricane was a bit underleveled too, from what I'd like. I usually like a 2-level advantage for early game. For late game, it doesn't matter nearly as much, but early game, I think 2 levels is pretty standard. So I was a bit under what I prefer here, and it kind of showed with Hurricane almost going down there against a bug catcher. This second bug catcher though was pretty helpful. It got my Charmander Carl up to level 9, which if you don't know, that's when he gets Ember, which is kind of just the most essential move to have on a Charmander until you can evolve it. I mean, we'll take it, obviously. Like, I want Ember, and this bug catcher with giving me Ember kind of sealed the deal for his own fate, because you've got 2 more bugs and now I have the ability to burn them, which was nice, you know. Nothing like dashing this child's hopes and dreams, am I right? Yeah. Level 10, I forgot that happened too, in the same battle. I do some switch training here just to get Merv up a bit better, because it's Merv. Merv needs all the help he can get at level 3. Ember for the win again. That Weedle had no chance. None whatsoever. Yeah, you ran out of Pokemon power. As you can see, they're all, after some grinding, level 9 or higher. My starter not being the highest level yet, which was kind of interesting to say the least. Here's the Nidoran grind, which I kept one-shotting them all. Oh yeah, my starter ended up at level 13 from the amount of encounters I had to do in the wild. Even it got to a point where even Merv was pretty reliably knocking out Nidoran, which would be great if all of my opponents used nothing but level 4 and under Nidoran, but they didn't. So I try and catch one with nothing but Pokeballs, like not doing damage. You can see my volume adjust there, and it was pretty rough overall to do, just because of the sheer amount of Pokeballs I had to use. I considered doing damage over and over again. No, didn't work out. Eventually I catch it and I name it Royal, which felt like an appropriate name for one of the royal Pokemon, Nido King, Nido Queen, right? So overall, I'd say success. We're not at Brock yet, though. Oh yeah, I forgot about this blue encounter. I didn't know it was there, so it took me by surprise, and I hadn't healed up any Pokemon or anything. Granted, I had a bit of an advantage being over-leveled for this fight ever so slightly. Quick attack really does help a lot. If you out-level your opponent by enough, quick attack is just kind of a sure thing, and it's kind of great. I was shocked that I was actually able to use Merv for this one. Like you can see, I considered using Charmander there, my Carl, but Merv came in clutch against Squirtle, which was nice. I beat your starter with a rat. It's always nice to do. It was just a good feeling coming out of that battle. I was like, I'm ready for Brock. I didn't realize I had no damage types that were going to be effective against Brock whatsoever. So I tried a few things, and I realized I was screwed, and just started relying on my starter. Now, you'll watch this fight, it's in 5 times speed, but I eventually just give up on all the other Pokemon I caught and used Charmander. Because despite not having any moves that were super effective, I had my stab, like my extra damage from, you know, just a fire type move on a fire type Pokemon, which is always going to be better than a normal type, because normal is so pathetic against rock types. But you can see I eventually just used the same strategy for the Onix, and I need to potion a lot, which I'm not proud of it, but I was under leveled by quite a lot there. You can see I went down to like 4 hit points. Level 13 versus level 14, so level advantage and type advantage on Brock's side, but I do win, and it was pretty fun to do, so thanks a lot for watching, everyone.